Hi there. Welcome to Apple World. Chris Evans made it exceptionally clear that he's centered around finding a soulmate and having children and a family. Perhaps Liz is centered around finding an accomplice. Somebody that you need to live with. I mean, look, I love what I do, and it's extraordinary what I empty all of myself into. However, in wording, indeed, even this industry is loaded with pockets of uncertainty and, delay and recalibration. And as far as genuinely attempting to find something that you truly empty yourself into, perhaps everything revolves around attempting to find somebody that you're hoping to go through your time on Earth with, and it seems as though it's true, folks. 2022, the hottest man alive and the champion sister, otherwise known as Alba Baptista. Is she going to be his soulmate and the mother of his children? For what reason were they subtly dating for an entire year on the grounds that many individuals are wincing at the age contrast? And we have every one of the succulent subtleties. The hypotheses about their sentiments started after Chris bounced on Instagram and posted a few pumpkins, and it might have appeared as though they were simply pumpkins. However, there was another side to those specific pumpkins. Unintentionally, Alba's mom Elsa involved similar pumpkins as her cover photograph and profile picture before Chris posted them a couple of days after Alba shared photographs from her new film, Mrs. Harris Goes to Paris, and Chris unexpectedly showed his help with a pretty coquettish remark, adding an applauding and a softening face emoticon. "We see you, Chris." Then, daily after the post, individuals detailed that things are clearly serious areas of strength for going the pair. A source let the distribution know that Chris and Alba have been dating for more than a year, and it's serious. The insider additionally added that they are enamored, and Chris has never been more joyful. His loved ones all revere her. Only hours after the distribution went live, Chris and Alba were spotted for the absolute first time clasping hands in New York City's Focal Park. Clearly, after they saw the paparazzi taking photographs, they immediately bowed their heads and relinquished each other out of the recreation area. Well, assuming you are simply catching wind of the relationship currently, you've most likely been hiding away in light of the fact that we've had our eyes on this for the whole year. They've been subtly together. Yes, receipts, obviously back in 2021. There were bits of hearsay that Alba and Chris may have met in Europe while she was recording Fighter None. And he was shooting The Dark Man anyway. None of the creation areas covered as Champion Sister Season 2 was shot principally in Madrid, Spain, while The Dim Man was shot in Prague, the Czech Republic, and France. Then, at that point, extremely observant fans saw that Alba spent New Year's Eve in Los Angeles, with some hypothesizing that photographs she shared, then immediately erased from her excursion, might have been taken on Chris' patio. Chris likewise visited Portugal and, surprisingly, shared a video on Instagram in line with an educator for an 8th grade class at the Jewish establishment school that seemed, by all accounts, to be recorded in the Four Seasons lodging in Lisbon, Portugal. That video additionally caused fans to accept that he was visiting Alba in her nation of origin. And then there was the Instagram movement that likewise energized the sentiment reports considerably further. Chris began following Alba on Instagram in the fall of 2020. Months after her hit Netflix series, Champion Religious Woman appeared in July, however. She at last followed Chris back in June 2021, not long prior to recording Season 2 of Fighter None in Spain. Fans thought that something was really going on when Alba likewise began following Chris' sibling, Scott Evans, as well as records for Scott's accomplice and his canine. Well, with the affirmation that Chris and Alba are together, many individuals are still weirded out by the age contrast, and on Twitter, supporters keep on posting remarks like, "Don't get me wrong, she appears to be truly great, and so does he." However, am I the one in particular who believes a piece so bizarre that he's 41 and she's 25? One more nauseated adherent, Chris Evans, is 41, and Alba Baptista is 25. It turns out that even the men you believe are great are gross. Others even got a piece of obscenity, with one individual noticing that Chris Evans' acting profession started that very year as Alba Baptista's life started. Certain individuals likewise did a touch of digging and said that Alba's mom is, in a real sense, 5 years more seasoned than Chris. And keeping in mind that the supposition was off base, it's what Alba did next that brought about additional backfire. Alba posted an image of her mother showing that she was really 9 years of age in 1970, and accordingly, somebody called her out, saying this shows you her 25-year-old adolescence attempting to demonstrate her mother's age to encourage herself, and Chris, this lets you know. All you really want to know. Grown-ups, try not to mess around on Friendly. Obviously, there were likewise individuals who said it's simply a PR move with one individual in any event. Slamming Alba by composing I would have zero desire to be Alba Baptista. I might want to be known for my work, but I don't believe it's good to involve Chris Evans as a PR device. When the second season of the series featuring Alba comes out, their relationship with Chris is affirmed, and their photographs of them together show up well. We should concede that it is helpful that the report about their relationship was released right when Season 2 of Fighter Pious Devotee dropped Virtuoso's special move, as indicated by fans. Chris likewise covertly dated Alba for an entire year since, where it counts, he realized they would be hauled through the mud for it. Yet in any case, there are the individuals who said that Alba and Chris are both consenting grown-ups and that nothing bad can be said about their relationship. For example, one individual wrote with all due respect that there are individuals truly whining about Chris Evans and Alba Baptista's age hole when she is 25 and an exacting consenting grown-up lady like Broski. You all make it sound like he went after her when she was 12 years old. Shut up and allow them to live. And would you like to understand what Chris truly thinks, since he likewise had a few contemplations other than saying he was centered around finding a soulmate in 2021? Chris focused on his objectives with regards to connections, and since he's as of now dating Alba, we are expecting that all that he said in the meeting for individual's hottest man alive closely relates to Alba, whom he covertly dated. That is totally something I need. When you read about the greater part of the best specialists, whether it's entertainers, painters, or authors, the majority of them just own it. It wasn't the work they made that they are most glad for. It was about the connections the families made, the affection they found, the adoration they shared, he added. So it's additionally something through my long 41 years that likewise sounds valid. Those